Good afternoon, YouTube. Now, I'm hearing a lot of statements about not being a part of the problem, but being part of the solution. However, we learn that, first of all, we have to identify the problem. Then we strategize. Then we implement. So now, if we're going to be the solution, then we have to identify the problem and call it out. Okay, so smoothing what the problem is over is not going to work because it's just going to repeat the same behavior, the same end. If the end is to solve the problem, let's identify it first. Let's be practical. Let's live in reality. Can we live in reality? I mean, it's just amazing to me that um, everybody wants to, or these people want to say, let's be part of the solution and not the problem, but without recognizing and calling out what the problem is. And then we don't want to say anything about what the problem is, but we want it solved. Um, how does that work? Maybe somebody can explain it to me. Maybe I'm just a little slow and delayed. But I find it ridiculous. I find it very ridiculous. And most of us have seen the change in behaviors. Both of us have seen the pattern. There is a pattern. So if we want to be a solution to the problem, we have to identify the pattern and the problem, and let's get to work on it. Yes, these two individuals seem to be intelligent. Let's put it that way, appear to be. Because sometimes what appears to be is not what is, and the behaviors prove it. Behavior proves whether it appears to be or whether it is. And then solving problems also, you have to have concrete evidence, concrete proof that the problem exists. So let's be a little more real. And let's think about it. Yeah, maybe I'm a little too emotionally invested. No, I'm not. But please, people, get it together because it makes everybody look bad. And I do get the jumping on side or taking sides. A lot of times, the reason why taking sides has come about is because people have seen what the behaviors have been. People see the pattern. That's why they jump on sides, because of the pattern of the individuals involved. And we act like we don't see the patterns. And unless that problem is identified, the same behavior is perpetuated as it has been for the since September. Since September. Again, people are amazing. People are amazing. And also, I'm hearing people talking about men keeping out of it. Hold on. Hold on. I've seen folks, when men get involved with beef with each other, women have commented on it. Women have, done their commentary. So it's not a man and woman thing. It is a person thing. So, let's not put it in a box. or make it a type. And it does not just affect women, it affects everybody. It affects every individual that has been followers, have been subscribers to each of these individuals. People are amazing. I don't think a man is less than a man because he comments. He's just making a comment. If two women are brawling out in the street and a man sees it, he's going to have a comment. Just like if a woman sees two men brawling in the street, she's going to have a comment. But it doesn't make her no less than a woman and him no less than a man. And again, we keep pulling up these we keep pulling up these terms of sexuality and equating certain things with being pussy and all this kind of stuff. Would y'all please be intelligent a little bit? I mean, really? I'm just, wow, as someone said, is an understatement. And I know everybody has their opinion, and I respect everybody's opinion, and so do I, and so I have mine. And that's my opinion. Can we look at these things as individuals and not as somebody got to be a pussy because they commented on it? We are intelligent people. We are creators. We are foundations. But we get caught up on all this emotional crap because of how we feel. And then we put words to it that are demeaning and degrading, which makes you no better than the beef or whatever it is that's going on. It makes you no better. It does not make you look better to stand up here and use words that are so demeaning and derogatory. Now, I'm sure we can express ourselves in a manner that conveys what we feel and what we think without stabbing. My Savior. And it's like, God, what did you create in us? Or how did we get to this point? What infiltrated the love that we have for each other that we do all this kind of stuff? And yes, I think that some of the things that were said were wrong. But where did it begin? Within 24 hours, within 24 hours of saying, we are good. We are good. Someone went off within 24 hours and went in. And when they went in deep. They just didn't come for the other person on on the level. They went deep under the surface. So their intention was to inflict pain. Who started first? It does matter who started it first. It does matter. Because the way you start is the way you finish. The way you start is the way you perpetuate the craziness. Both of them may be wrong, but the one that initiated the action or the reaction, for every action, there is an opposite. And how does that saying goes? Oh, I can't remember the saying offhand. An equal, or opposite reaction. In my observation, by the behaviors, the thinking was that, okay, I don't have to worry about individual B coming for me as individual A. So I'm going to go in on individual B and I'm going to get a pass. And then I'm going to use, knowing how they're going to come for me, I'm going to use my soft spot, quote unquote, to get sympathy and to get a pass. That's ridiculous. Because I'm going to tell you something. White America is not going to have no sympathy for you. They're not going to have any sympathy for you. When the law comes for you, you having children, you not having children, you have a dog, a cat, a crippled dog or cat, whatever, somebody that needs to be cared for, you don't get a pass. You don't get sympathy. They feel for you, but they can't touch you because they're going to do what they have to do. They're there to take you out. So they're going to take you out. This is not the movies. This is not somebody that sat down and creatively wrote the script. If you hit me, if you are aggressive to me in my personal space, I have to protect myself. I have the right to protect myself. Now, ending it, I agree. It should end before it goes any further or any deeper. I agree. Each of you have said what you needed to say. Fine. Say no more. But for all these people that are feeling that an individual is wrong for hitting below the belt, the other individual shouldn't have hit below the belt first. When you get too personal and you are trying to hurt me, you get what your hand calls for when I come back on you. That's just how it is. Intelligent, educated, or not. Let's face it. That's what it is. I don't care how much Jesus you got, because if you had a whole lot of Jesus, you wouldn't have gotten into this situation in the first place. And again, when I warn you and you don't believe or you don't take my word as truth, then there's no way you can try to run for cover. There's no way you can say that I attacked you. Hard head makes a soft behind every single time. Jesus. My people, my people. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.